All right, how is everybody doing? I am well, thanks for asking. All right, and on to the redundancies. Let's open up the box, we'll take a look, we'll read the description, and then we'll put them on foot because that's how I do it. That's the process. If you don't like it, well, hey, you can go watch somebody else. Or better yet, if you go into the description, you might find a timeline that will allow you to skip ahead if you don't want to watch all the redundancies. Just skip ahead to the parts you want to watch instead of crying about it. How about that? All right, on to the rest of the video. So there's actually 2 boxes in here because I did a little Christmas shopping. And next week I will do a video on all of my Christmas gifts to my beloved family members who all received footwear. All right, so that is my father's. We will leave that there. And these are the ones the video is on. All right. So we will set these aside and... All right, that's gonna fall, but oh well. If you hear a crash in a moment, just ignore it. All right, so we've got us my favorite shoe brand, and I finally got them. I've been looking at these for a little while. Ooh, look at those. Ooh, nice. I am excited about these. I am smiling ear to ear. All right, those look fantastic. So these are the Oofos OOmy Zen. OOmy Zen. All right, these look nice. I am excited for these. I don't know how warm they're gonna be, but whatever. If they're not a winter footwear, I'll find a better time to wear them. But before we dive in, let's go follow through with the redundancies of the video and read the description. All right, follow me. All right. So again, if you don't want to listen to me read the description, there's a timeline, you can skip ahead. All right, men's OOmy Zen foliage. 20% off site-wide. Prices as marked. These were initially like $140 and then they dropped them down to $99 and they are on sale for $79.96. That's a good price. Get them while they're cheap. A minimalist recovery masterpiece, the OOmy Zen distills years of expertise into a simply revolutionary active recovery shoe. No unnecessary bells or whistles, just pure, peaceful relief with every step, featuring a seamless, circular knit upper with Zen bands that hug heel and instep, and the advanced OOmy footbed with our proprietary Oofoam technology that absorbs impact like no other. Zen is balance, mobility, pliability, lightness, power, integrated into a shoe made to move the way your body moves. Wow. Who knew they could do so much with a shoe? It's easy to make a complicated shoe, but simplicity, that's hard. For the Zen, less is more. Less constriction, more freedom, less weight, more mobility, less pressure, more relief. Think of it as a shoe that lets your body take a deep, restorative breath. A harmonious blend of precise engineering and cushion that transcends comfort. The Zen is the foundation of your new mantra, your secret to active recovery. Say it with us. No, I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. Features and benefits. They just said foam, but they're like, foam. That's the most ridiculous write-up I've read so far. All right, features and benefits. Impact absorbing Oofoam technology in Oofos advanced OOmy footbed geometry. 360 degrees seamless knit upper developed to reduce pressure for a secure sock-like fit, feel, and flexibility. Pull tabs and engineered knit collar allow for ease of entry and effortless wearability, while Zen bands across the heel and instep hug your foot for a secure fit. Rounded cupped heel design to enhance impact absorption and stability with every step. Lightweight, flexible, and packable for ultimate travel ability. Machine washable, air dry. All right, that was a lot. Let's go take a look at them. All right, that was quite the read up, quite the description. I think somebody should have been a writer. Somebody should have been a novelist, but instead they got a job for Oofos working on the descriptions. The OOmy Zen. I don't remember half of what I read. Whoops. There's that. So they've got some pretty pretty intense inserts. Are they supposed to rip like that? I'm guaranteeing not the first one to have done that. The way that they've got these designed. Oh, my furnace is kicking on. Let me shut the door. All right, so these kind of make me think of like a 350 boost. Just with the sock upper, that's kind of why I like the boosts. Is the Pure Net. These aren't as fancy as the Pure Net. They could go that route though. I've noticed they're starting to do a lot more like aesthetic stuff with their offerings. Like like I've got the Boston Sport Flex, they've got like a New York and all these other different colors and stuff, and they're kind of starting to do that with some of their shoes. It would be sweet if they did something like that with this Zen and with the weave, kind of like a prime knit, some sort of like pattern or different colors or something, you know. But this prime knit is why I like the boost so much. So they're kind of doing a similar thing with this sock type upper, but it's not as fancy as the boost. So maybe they can get a little fancier in the future is what I'm getting at. So that's all we'll compare to the boost, because they don't really have much else in common aside from that. But they do have, like, there's no like insole or anything. It is kind of like a sock upper, like the V2s, like those Boost V2s. It's all kind of a sock. Like, it doesn't have an insole, the V2s. So these are kind of the same thing. It's just all one piece of fabric, which is nice. I like that. So Oofos tends to run small. Actually, we'll wait till I put them on foot before I talk about the size. Let's just look at them in hand. So we've kind of got an elastic cuff at the top here. There's our Zen lines they were talking about, or Zen straps. So those are a little more flexible and malleable than the rest of the knit. Hang on, let me raise this up a little bit. Alright, so we've got this base knit down here, which is rather firm. It's got some resilience to it. It's not super flexible. It's kind of a thicker weave. I can just feel it in hand. That's got some layers to it. And then there's this part up here. Their Zen lines have more elasticity to them to probably help you get them on and off, and to cinch them down on the foot. This probably will tighten back down under the foot once you slide in. But I could see this elasticity kind of degrading over time and them not fitting very well after a certain period of time. That's just speculation though. I don't know for sure. But we also have them on the heel here, but they don't flex as much. That's just aesthetic on the back here, because I'm not getting that flex up here as I am back here. So that's just an aesthetic thing. So they're pretty minimal looking. I don't mind them. They look all right. Like I was saying initially though, like I would like to see some more visual variety within the knit, I think that would be a really strong design that they could incorporate. And then there's our very thick midsole to it, and I'm guessing we've got the Oofos arch support. It feels like it. And we've got all of this. This is a really chunky midsole to it, so I'm curious how these are like positioned, I guess, on foot, being this high, because it's got kind of a elevation variation from heel to toe, so we'll see how elevated that heel is just based on how thick this midsole looks. There's our Oofos. Let's look at the outsole, because people cry when I don't show the outsole. Oofoam technology. It's their standard outsole they have on all of their shoes. If you've seen one Oofos outsole, you have seen them all. Actually, these are slightly different because they've got this little heel thing. But everything else, as you can see, is the same. All right, I think that's all we've got pull tabs on the front and the heel too, to help get them on, and then the little Oofos logo there. All right, let's throw them on foot and see how they fit. All right, you know, I was just thinking these are probably going to be more warm weather geared. I don't see this fabric as being like super warm, but you never know. But what I was gonna say is they could do like a thicker, like wool version for the winter. I've got the wool socks on again. I might have to put on a different pair. Oh, nope, I don't. Okay, good. These fit a little more true to size. These are perfect. I would still go up half size. I kind of do that with all of my Oofos. I had to do that with these Ookoozies. These Ookoozies, these are smaller though. My toe is right on the end of the Ookoozies. They fit, but I'm right at the edge. These, I've got the perfect kind of ½ inch. And my toes are right here. So these are perfect. These are perfect. So I would still go up a half size with the OOmy Zen, like you do with the rest of the Oofos shoes. And this upper isn't as tight as I was anticipating. I thought it was going to be like pressing down on my foot, but it really isn't. And the width is nice. These have good width. Dude, I love these. I love Oofos. Love them. Something's on my foot though. Hang on. What am I feeling? Oh, there's a flaw in these. There's a bubble underneath the insole that is popping up. It's not glued down completely up here. I'm not going to be able to show you guys, but I feel it. It's like it's just a bubble. It's not sealed down. I'm going to have to call, because these are final sale too, I think. I'm going to have to call their customer service and see if they will honor an exchange because of those being flawed. That's a bummer, because they do final sale on all of their stuff, but maybe I don't know, maybe in the case of like a flaw like that, they'll exchange them. That's irritating. It feels like my sock is bunching up underneath, but it's that fabric sock is bubbled up right here, and it's like vertically, so it's in between my big toe and my index toe, and it comes back onto the forefoot. It's about an inch bubble. I'm debating let me just email them real quick. I will be right back and we'll finish the video. I just got to get this off my head. All right, I emailed customer service. I'm hoping that these weren't final sale, because I know they do that with a lot of their products, but these weren't like a super sale. These weren't like 50%, you know, these are only like 20 bucks off or something. So I'm hoping that they will, if anything, exchange them for a pair that is not defective. Because that's irritating. It's like a tickle. It's like tickling my left foot. All right, we'll get the review though. We'll get the video. If they don't honor this though, I literally spent like $300 from Oofos on gifts for my family. So I will protest them if they don't honor this. I will protest them. So these, I'm really hesitant to do a lot of walking in these. I don't want to get them dirty because they've got a white outsole to them. So I'm just going to stay on the carpet. We're going to stay on the carpet in case I got to send these back. Sorry. That's not my fault. That's theirs. So we'll just walk in place here. These are perfect. I have nothing negative. I seldom have any negatives to say about Oofos because they are top quality. Let's get some down low footage. So sizing, go up a half size. These feel very lightweight. Just the overall weight of the shoe, but like the upper, that knit upper is super lightweight on the top of my foot. There's very little pressure on the top of my foot, but it's like secure though too, so it's a good balance. They did a really good job with balancing the tightness of the upper with the freedom of the upper. Like it doesn't feel restricting, but it still feels like it's they're holding on. I have no heel rise or anything. Like they fit perfectly. These are really good. These, I think these fit better than the prime knit. This upper does. Again, like I don't know what the longevity is of this knit upper. If it's gonna like flex out over time and kind of womp out over time of wear, but these are kind of perfect. I kind of really like these. That thick midsole is balanced. There's some good compression underfoot, but it's all very cradling, and it's not like tilted. You know, like initially when I was looking at them in hand, I thought the thickness of the heel was going to be like offsetting, like I was going to have an elevation difference from the heel to the forefoot, but it's all just done so in a very supportive fashion that's very cradling to my foot. And I can still stand very flat-footed, like I'm not like angled, like it looks like it's going to be, of how tall that midsole is, you know, like it's still very supportive of the arch and the rest of the foot. It's got like a good, I don't know, like if you think of like a circle and where the balancing point would be, like they have that right on like kind of the arch, so it has like a perfect cradling to your foot. I don't know if that explanation does it justice, but these are pretty fantastic. And if it weren't for that bubble, I'd have absolutely nothing negative to say about these, but that's my only complaint, is that sockliner bubble, which is very irritating. So, the walking characteristics are really nice. These would probably be a very good walking shoe. If you're a big walker and you want something that's very supportive, but very minimal, just a slip-on that you could walk miles in, these are really good. And they do feel like they're breathing pretty well. I don't know how warm they're going to be in the winter, but I'll wait and see what Oofos is going to say about that sockliner, and then maybe do some winter walks in these and see how they do in the cold. But I think they're going to be kind of a warm weather footwear, just based on that knit upper. But yeah. That's all I really have to say about these. I'm really happy, aside from that bubble. So I imagine you won't have that issue. That's probably 1 in 1,000. But of course I get it, because that's my luck. But I'm probably at a higher chance of getting it than anybody else because I buy so many shoes, you know? So the odds of me getting a defect are a little higher because I'm frequently purchasing more than others. So I doubt you'll get the bubble. If you do, leave a comment. I got the bubble. All right. That's all for the redundancies of this video. We can give a nice little outro. I do recommend these. Get them while they're on sale. $80 I think is fair. That's a fair price for these. All right. Whoa. I almost just broke my ceiling light. With the selfie stick, that would not have been good. Okay. Outro time. The Oofos OOmy Zen. In foliage. These are really nice, aside from that little bubble, that little sockliner bubble, which makes me really sad because it's very irritating, and I'm not gonna want to wear these if I can't return them. I don't know. Maybe I could take them to like a shoe repair, and they can like rip off the sockliner and re-glue it. I don't know. I don't know how to resolve this issue other than to exchange them. So please, Oofos, exchange these for me so I can continue to have a positive impression of your company. Otherwise, I don't want to have to eat this $80 is what I'm getting at. And if I do have to eat this $80, I'm not going to like Oofos anymore. Sorry. I don't care how good your stuff is. If I have to eat $80, it's not going to be good for your reviews moving forward. So, but aside from that, these are very good quality. I do recommend them. They're super comfortable, super supportive. I like this thick midsole to them. They've got the Oofos footbed to it that I love among all of their products. But yeah, I think that's everything. I really don't have much else to say. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave your thoughts and comments below on the Oofos OOmy Zen, unless you're gonna cry about this video being too long. If that's the case, I don't want to hear it. You're not gonna do yourself any favors. I'm not gonna shorten my videos because one person cried. All right, let's turn around and go back, buddy. Let's go back. Come on, it's cold. Let's go back. Come on. He's like, no, I don't want to.